So record heat is coming into the west here in the coming days, right? And it's just shown pretty well by the height rises out west and the trough of the east, and that's going to be the focus for today's forecast. I'm also going to review the severe weather events that happened the past couple of days, or didn't happen, according to some people. And you'll be surprised how many severe wind reports we got on the map, despite what people say. So again, today's forecast, we're going to go over that and go over the future, especially focused on the west here, where we have way above normal temperatures of breaking records here in the coming days. So here's the latest graphic from the Weather Prediction Center outlining the the expected record temperatures out west here, and this is really through the 16th through the 19th, which is now, right? So departure from average, you see 20 to 30 degrees 20 degrees above average the 19th through the 23rd here. It's already starting, right? But um, 94 in western, like coastal California, potentially near 100 degrees in Palm Springs, 110, right? Record is 104, Yuma, 107. So breaking records all out west here. And so, that's we really haven't talked about this because of the other threats we've had, but this is going to be ongoing in the coming week here. And the Weather Prediction Center has also outlined this area out west here, the 19th through the 22nd, for hazardous heat. So, you know, this event is ramping up in the coming days, and it'll be going on at least to the 22nd here. And even as we move into the extended outlook, there's also a slight risk of above normal temps down here into parts of southwestern Texas, parts of New Mexico, Arizona, and southeastern California, and part extreme southeast Nevada as well. So be mindful of these temperatures here. And these, even as we get into the extended, you can see what the Climate Prediction Center is showing here. Above normal temps out west, really likely here, right? Below in the northeast. And then moving a little bit further out, a little less certainty here, but it looks like the ridge will stay in place at least to the end of the month out west here, with some troughing along the east coast, bringing below normal temps eastward and above normal temps out west. And as we move further out in time, this is issued a few days ago. The week 3 to 4 temperature outlook looks to be above normal with a general zonal flow throughout most of the lower 48 here. Okay, so with maybe some ridging down to the south here with more certainty about the above normal temperatures. But you see how it blankets most of the continental U.S. as we get in the first part of April. As we look at the temperatures here, this is the European ensemble, okay? You see the troughiness in the east. This is today, the 17th, right? My daughter's birthday today. Happy birthday, Katie. Um, anyway, you see the temperatures at 2 p.m. or 70s, 80s, 90s out west here. Pretty cold in the eastern U.S., right? With that trough that just passed through. Cold air bottled up to the north here in parts of Canada, right? But you see this trough is quickly swinging out, okay? You see the temperatures tomorrow by 8 p.m. all up into pretty much covering the western U.S. here, just west of Mississippi, with the exception of maybe Minnesota, um, Iowa, and points eastward here, right? 100, 102. And rapid snowmelt, of course, in the mountains will lead to rapid runoff. But that water is going to be cold, like they talked about. Don't try to swim in it. Okay, guys? Temperatures here overnight, warming up again into Thursday. Looks like 100, in the deserts here already, and all along the California coast, east of the Rockies. See warmer temps. The ridge is pushing to the east some here. Temperatures warming up some more, right? We get into Friday, even hotter. It looks like 106 in the desert here. Doesn't really pull up the numbers, but you see most of the U.S., with the exception of the Northeast and the brief, not the brief, the northern tier up here is the only areas that are still remaining somewhat chilly, right? We get into Saturday, still hundreds, 90s in the Texas. And with this zonal flow and the high pressure, there's not going to be much chance for precip here. We switch to the precip. All right, let's see. Nothing, right? No precip. This is total, right? So you see where the ridge is here. And right along the edge of the ridge, we have heavy rainfall out west here, right on the northwest coast. And let's go back to the 24-hour totals here, right? Go a little bit further out. The ridge flattens out a little bit. Going back to temperatures. Sorry, guys. Made a mistake there. Anyway, sorry about that. We go into Monday, still very warm out west, right? Although not quite as hot as it had been. The ridge is suppressed somewhat. Remember when the WPC, the Climate Prediction Center, was outlining this area down here, still hazardous heat will persist, but the troughiness in the east, it remains, right? When we showed that on the long range outlook, right? As far as temperatures go, we get a little bit further out to the 25th. This is 8 days out. The ridge maybe shifts slightly to the east here. And we have hotter temps in the Texas 80s and 90s here, with a good portion of the U.S. In the 60s and 50s, with the exception of maybe the higher terrain out west here and into the northeast. I feel that the GFS, which is the GFS ensemble, pretty much shows the same thing, although you get into Saturday, it shows these hot temps going all the way up east of the Rockies in Oklahoma, Kansas, and Nebraska. If we go back to the EPS here, not quite as bullish on that ridge, and return of the hot temps up to the north here. All right, so GFS. The GFS also shows this death ridge, I guess you would call it, in the southwest here, keeping temperatures hot and the precip around the ring of fire, I guess you would say. So, be mindful of this scenario if you have to travel in this area in the coming days. All right, so let's be careful out there, guys. So, real quickly, I want to review some of the storm reports related to the severe weather. When we talk about a bust or whatever you want to say, the severe weather event was. You can see here the highest wind gusts reported were basically in Florida here and up in the Northeast, which some wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour reported, 50, 60 mile per hour, which was what was forecast, all right? Although in a different area than initially forecast, right? But not a lot of tornadoes, some tornado warnings, right? But the environment was just, I would say, more highly sheared. Then the storms just overspread the areas and worked over the atmosphere, prevented surface-based storms from really getting going, and for the most part. All right, we did have a few tornadoes, right? You see one report there. These are real. There's a lot of different things going on here. All these warnings and things like that. So this map is really busy, guys. But so as far as snow and ice here, we can see where the heavy snow so far has been up in here in the UP Michigan. 27 inches of snow here. You got some wind reports as well. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts along the lake here. Some heavy rain out here in parts of Michigan again, right? Illinois, around Lake Michigan. Even 16, 20 inches of snow up here as well. So very heavy snow in this area, and we haven't really talked about that a lot, and I apologize for that, but had a lot going on here, right? So, and this snow is forecast to continue with some lake effect snow in the next day or so. So we're going to review that here next on the local radar and snowfall amounts. As you can see, that upper low is still mid to upper low is up here in Canada. with heavy snow bands all the way down into the Appalachians and into the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic, and on the Lake Superior here, where these bands are going to lead to heavy snow in the coming days, and along the lee of the other Great Lakes as well. So wherever the lake effect bands are the heaviest here, we could have the heaviest snow today. Out west, we have a little bit of snow on the backside here, streaming down, and some rain out west. And as far as the advisories and warnings and things, we have some freeze warnings all the way from South Carolina all the way into Texas here. Some winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings, wind advisories, excuse me, winter storm warning, gale warning, winter storm warning along the lee side of the Great Lakes here. Some special weather statements and high wind warnings up in the northern tier of the U.S. as well, and into Maine here. Some high winds with the system exiting here, and that rainfall down the south here. So most of the hazards are centered on the East Coast, but don't forget on the West Coast, heat advisory expires in 4 days on the West Coast here with the wow, it's going to be warm out here, guys. So very, very warm for this time of year, even and for California standards. So be careful out there today, guys, and God bless y'all, and have a great day.